If you're thinking about buying a house this year, now's the time to start getting your ducks in a row. First, let's talk about why 2023 is going to be a great year to buy a house. Very important. Stop looking at interest rates from 2020 to 2022. They're not coming back. They were an anomaly. And stop comparing the current rates to those. The current average rate for a 30-year fixed conventional mortgage is just over 6.5%, which is substantially lower than the average rate, again, 30-year fixed conventional, over the past 50 plus years, which was over 7.7%. Ask your parents what their rate was when they bought their first house. Chances are you'll feel better. Secondly, because the cheap money frenzy has worn off, the craziness has also worn off. You're gonna have a lot less competition this year than we've seen the past few years. When you're competing with fewer other buyers, your chances of winning a house and getting a house that you're excited about are much higher. One fact that supports that is that homes are staying on the market longer than they have been. Just looking at the data for 2022. So in Montgomery County for single family homes, the first half of the year, the average days on market was 18 days. The second half of the year, it went all the way up to 21. Another fun fact, the average sales price at the beginning of 2022 was $419,000. The second half of 2022, $400,000. Again, this is for single family homes in Montgomery County. Overall, interest rates did what they were supposed to do and slowed down the frenzy of rapid buyer activity. Now that that's on its way down and interest rates are expected to continue to gradually decline throughout the year, we're going to be looking at a more balanced market. So now that we know the sky's not falling and it's still a good time to buy a house, let's talk about where to start. Number one, get yourself a realtor. Talk to realtors and find out who's got experience with first-time home buyers. Reach out to trusted family, friends, and coworkers and get their recommendations for someone they might have worked with. Because if it's not me, I want you to find someone that is going to work great for you. Then the next thing you're going to want to do before you even think about looking at any houses is check with a local lender about going through the pre-approval process. Something I always stress to first-time home buyers is that before you even go meet with the lender, go through your monthly budget and find out what monthly payment you can afford with your current lifestyle. Going into your appointment with your lender with that number in mind is going to be very helpful, because sometimes you can be pre-approved for a house that's going to stretch your budget so far that you'll never be able to leave your house if you bought something at that price. So knowing what monthly payment works for you and what kind of loan you can qualify for will help your lender put that information together to translate to the purchase price that you should hone in on when you start looking at houses. Because the last thing you want to do is start looking at a house that's going to be over your budget, fall in love with it, and then just feel so discouraged. So now that you know what kind of buying power you have and the price range that you're going to look within, sit down with your agent to talk about your schedule for showings, how the process works. With first-time home buyers, I even go over what the contracts look like ahead of putting in any offer. It's my job to make you feel prepared and empowered, because buying a home for the first time is stressful enough. Going in feeling like you have a better handle on what the process is just going to make you feel more confident. Then the fun part starts. You can start making appointments to look at houses, write an offer. Hopefully you won't need to write too many, and work toward the goal of getting into your very first house. So again, if you're thinking about buying a house in 2023, don't wait to get started. Getting your ducks in a row earlier than you need to has never been a bad idea. So like I usually say, let's get together. You bring the questions, I'll bring the coffee.